Gang, 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 gang. Remember me?
I remember that.
I'm the one who shoots the show. Is it? Yeah, I can tell you're tired. It's getting your hot and
My shits are getting shorter.
Yeah. A little lackluster.
You're the only person who knows how long my shits are, Dan. Thank God.
Okay, so we're looking at the D's.
The D's. We're looking at the D's from SSL. Yes. It's the SSL DS.
Yeah.
I have a thing about de-essers.
Do you?
I do.
I didn't realise they were just an EQ with a compressor on.
Yeah, you can make them. You can make them by basically feeding whatever frequency you want to get rid of into a compressor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I've probably told this story before. Many years ago, back working in the studio, when that was how you did de-essing, a company called Valley People used to make a 1U rack de-esser, and I remember being told to go and hire one from whoever it was that hired gear back in the day, and being blown away at how useful it was at fixing a vocal that was too sibilant. And then, obviously once you've used a de-esser, you tend to keep using them. And I've been using the Waves de-esser for years, and not even the RDS, but the standard Waves de-esser, the one that's been around the longest. I struggle to find a new one that will do the job as well. And I've been through absolutely loads. The Fab Filter one I tried for a bit, I quite liked it, that was all right. What was the other one I've been using recently? There's a bunch I go through, but I always end up going back to that one just because it just works.
Yep.
Set the frequency,
Yep.
set the slider in the right place, bang, it works. But I want to get away from that. I want to find a new one that's slightly more flexible and slightly less taking the piss money-wise than the Waves one. So I was quite excited when SSL announced the DS. So that's what we're looking at. Now, as you can see from the interface, it doesn't really look like
A de-esser.
Well, it doesn't look like an SSL plugin.
No, it doesn't. Okay.
Pretty much every SSL plugin,
except the bit that says solid state logic.
apart from that bit.
Yeah.
all
No,
of
you're
their
right. I
other
didn't
plugins
realise.
have SSL style knobs on them, and this one doesn't. And there's a couple of other things that make me think that this is a third-party plugin that they've rebadged. But let's go through the positives. So you set your frequency. At the top here, you've got a top and a bottom, and you got it's a bit like the left-right locators in Logic or Pro Tools. You set the bit you want to DS. That's the low bit, that's the high bit. So in there's my problem. You set it in there. You can set a high pass. You've then got the blend between broadband and split, which is, a lot of them have that. That is a useful thing to have. You've got your low pass at the other end. You can tell it to work in stereo, mid or side. That's actually quite useful. I like that. And then you just dial up the amount, and you've got brighten control. That's very cool too. If you heavily de-ess something, it can really dull it down. That lets you put a bit back in. Look ahead, obviously, in digital, that's really useful because you can see the S's coming. This little graph here, this flows this way, and you can see
where it's essing,
what it's de-essing.
Yeah.
I don't think I need that, but having seen it, I quite like it.
Well, it gives you parameters, an idea of when you pushed it too far.
Yeah, and you can see with the threshold when you're, if you don't want it to work on that and you set it till it doesn't. You see the gain reduction there and the output there, and that's kind of it. It's pretty simple.
Demo?
There is a demo. Let me go over a couple of issues first.
Okay.
It appeared to be incompatible with Logic. Now, I'm running the latest version of Logic. I'm not running the latest operating system yet. I'm a couple behind because I don't like to update when my system works. I leave it alone. So I don't know whether it's possibly a Silicon thing or a Logic thing. I don't know, but I had to force it to work within Logic, which I don't like to do. If plugins come up as incompatible, I generally delete them.
Yeah.
I just don't want to run into crashes and stuff. So that's a bit of an issue. And what I said before about the look of it, I'm like, is this SSL? I don't care if it's not SSL.
No, just like to know.
Yeah, just like to know. But it's oversampling, and the auto listen's quite useful. You can hear the bits it's de-essing. But yeah, 14-day demo, because like all the SSL plugins, that's what you get. And do you want to guess the price?
No, because I've already looked.
Okay, so it's normally $119.99. In the sale right now, it's $29.99.
I wouldn't spend 120 quid on a de-esser. Surely you must be able to get free de-essers.
Yeah, there might be the odd one or two, but honestly, any de-esser that just works is quite hard to find.
Is it?
I've been through so many.
30 quid's all right. I'd have
30 quid's fine. I'd
yeah.
pay that all day, but I won't pay it
No.
until it stops crashing the
system.
The system, yeah.
So it'd be interesting to hear from anybody who's having issues with
it'd be interesting to see if that's just me or not.
SSLDS.
I don't see why not. I really don't get that very often at
No.
all. So I don't see why it would do that, but it is doing that.
So is the SSLDS shit?
No, it's really good. I quite like it. I think it might be one that I could use a lot, but I won't be using it until it doesn't crash, AU validation. Yeah.
There you go. Please like the video.
And maybe subscribe to the channel or become a channel member where you can get one free master a month if you get the top tier of membership.
We are on Instagram, Studio Life 101. We have Patreon and a merch shop and all of that kind of stuff.
It's all down
so
there.
have a look down there. Sayonara, suckers.
Adios.